Let me ask you something. Have you ever had someone look you dead in the eye and say, "We don't allow your kind to solicit in this neighborhood"? That's how it started for me, right there on a picture-perfect Tuesday afternoon. The sky was that blue that only shows up after a September cold front, the kind of day that makes you think, man, maybe things are turning around. I'd even taken a half day off work. My daughter Maya was doing her school's career day. And yeah, when your kid's 10, seeing their dad walk in, all crisp uniform and shiny badge, that's like having a superhero show up. You live for that stuff. I know I do. She nailed it, by the way, owned the whole room. And I was driving home just riding that proud dad high, windows down, sun warm on my arm. Our new place was in the kind of neighborhood you only dream about when you're a kid: big lawns, kids on bikes, mailboxes that still get actual mail. We'd only been there a couple of months. And honestly, I wanted it to feel like home, like we belonged. I swung onto our street and spotted Mrs. Gable, my elderly neighbor, out on her porch, wrestling with a box that looked like it weighed more than she did. 80-something years old, lives alone, her kids scattered across the country, probably sending her birthday cards and nothing else. So, I pull in, walk over, and before I can even say a word, she just lights up. "Sheriff, you're a lifesaver." I help her drag the box inside. Turns out it's a bookshelf, and before I know it, I'm knee-deep in instructions that might as well be written in Greek. She offers me iced tea. I get to work, and honestly, I'm enjoying myself. It's nice. One of those rare moments where you think, yeah, I could stay here a while. I'm screwing in the last bolt when, bam, 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 someone's pounding on the front door. And before Mrs. Gable can even stand up, the door swings open and in sweeps this woman. Blonde, high-dollar workout clothes, not a hair out of place. Face set like she just bit into a lemon. She takes one look at me, kneeling there in my uniform. And that's when she says it, with a sneer that could curdle milk. "We don't allow your kind to solicit in this neighborhood. Whatever you're selling, you can peddle it in the ghetto where you belong." You ever have a moment so ugly, so out of left field, you just freeze? That was me, kneeling there, screwdriver in hand, brain short-circuiting. Mrs. Gable is horrified. "Cynthia, what is wrong with you? This is Sheriff Miller. He's our neighbor." But Cynthia, turns out, isn't listening. She just stares at me like I tracked mud onto her white carpet. I don't care who he is. His presence is dragging down our property values. Get him out of here. Now, let me tell you something. I've been a cop more than 20 years. I've been cussed out, threatened, shot at, and spit on. But casual, everyday racism, especially from people who think they're too classy for it, that still gets me. The absolute certainty in her eyes, like she's reading from a script that never changes. I stood up, 6'3", built like a linebacker, and yeah, when I stand, people notice. I looked her dead in the eye and said, as calm as I could, "Ma'am, I'm the county sheriff. I live 2 doors down. I was helping my neighbor with a bookshelf." I figured that'd be the end of it. Some awkward apology, maybe a slither out the door. Nope. Cynthia just laughs, this sharp, ugly sound. "The sheriff. That's cute. They let anyone play dress up these days. You look strong. My son's room is a mess. Why don't you go clean it up? $20 in it for you." Before I could react, her teenage son Kyle appears, phone glued to his hand, sneers. "Mom, is this the cleaner? My room's a disaster. Hurry up." I'm not making this up. The absurdity is so thick, it's almost funny. Almost. Mrs. Gable's about to lose it, but I just breathe, decide not to argue here, and follow them over to their house, just to see where this goes. Their place is everything you'd expect. Giant foyer, chandelier, marble floors. Kyle's room is a disaster area. Clothes, old pizza boxes, video game controllers everywhere. "Get to it," he says, pointing. I just stand there, arms folded, letting the silence hang, watching as his confidence drains away, replaced by a confused scowl. Cynthia UPS her offer, $30. Don't haggle. Finally, I break the silence, ask Kyle his name, then repeat the facts, slow and steady. "You and your mother have mistaken the sheriff of this county for a cleaning service. Is that about the size of it?" He turns red, Cynthia goes pale, and for the first time, they're both scared. I pull out my wallet, flip open my badge right in her face. "My name is Sheriff David Miller. This badge and this sidearm are real, and you are in a tremendous amount of trouble." Cynthia starts sputtering apologies. Oh my God, I'm so sorry, Sheriff. It was the uniform. I thought it was a costume. Her excuse is flimsier than tissue paper. Kyle hides behind his door, mumbling. I let them squirm, then lay it out. You're going to apologize to Mrs. Gable, then stay away from me and my family. If I even catch you looking at my house the wrong way, I'll revisit your legal options. Do you understand? They nod, teary-eyed. I walk out, back into the sunlight, feeling hollow, not triumphant. My wife is furious. You should have arrested her. But I know how these things play in the media. New black sheriff arrests white neighbor in the suburbs? Headlines would crucify me. I thought that'd be the end of it. For 2 weeks, they avoid me like the plague. Cynthia makes a weird, stilted apology to Mrs. Gable. My wife is on edge. I try to move on. Then I get an email, anonymous complaint to the county board. Allegations of unprofessional conduct, abuse of power. I knew immediately who it was. She didn't have the guts to confront me, so she tried to get me fired. The board opens a formal review. Rumors start. Sheriff under investigation. My deputies get twitchy. Maya comes home crying. Some kid at school saw the news and told everyone her dad was a bad cop. My wife is alternating between rage and tears. And then, as if things couldn't get any crazier, Cynthia's husband Robert, a slick real estate developer, shows up at my office, all smiles and handshakes. Let's make this go away, Sheriff. Bad for business. All this instability. It's a threat in a velvet glove. I tell him to get out. Next week, the review board, 3 politicians, all of them with ties to Robert, as I find out later, treat my defense like a joke. Mrs. Gable submits a letter backing me up. They barely glance at it. We'll issue a recommendation in a few weeks. Classic stall. Then, at 2 a.m., my front door explodes. Red and blue lights, bullhorns, rifles aimed at my house, my own deputies. I realize someone called in a SWAT, a fake 911 hostage call. My wife and daughter are screaming, hiding in the closet while I'm shouting. This is Sheriff Miller. Stand down. My deputies realize, too late, that it's a setup. The terror was real, the risk of one of us getting shot, even more so. Afterward, I pull every string, launch a full investigation. A forensics tech finds a clue, a faint aquarium filter hum in the background of the 911 call. That model? Saltwater, high-end, same one in Kyle's bedroom. Then my digital guy matches the disguised voice. 98% probability, it's Kyle, coached by his parents. We get a warrant, raid the house, seize the devices, find the unedited 911 recording. Kyle breaks, confesses, right there, in front of his parents, that his dad put him up to it, that people like you don't belong here. It's all recorded. We arrest Kyle. Cynthia's shrieking, Robert's furious, still threatening me. The DA wants to make a deal. I refuse. I dig deeper. Why did Robert want me gone so bad? Turns out, the answer was money. His company needed a wetland rezone for a new luxury development, worth millions. Only one problem. County law says the sheriff must personally approve the environmental report. And I, the incorruptible sheriff, was never going to sign off on a fake. So the anonymous complaint, the review, the SWAT, it was all just to get me out of the way. I go to the DA, lay out everything. Campaign contributions, backroom deals. We squeeze Kyle, and he sings. Explains how his dad orchestrated everything, bribed politicians, planned the attack on my family, coached the false report. We wiretap Robert, catch him red-handed plotting with county supervisors. The takedown? It's beautiful. FBI, my deputies, the DA, we hit every spot at once. Robert at his office, the supervisors in a public meeting, Cynthia at home. It's a scene, the mighty brought low, in front of the whole town. The fallout is biblical. Robert gets 20 years, his company gone, his son on probation and community service cleaning the same wetlands they tried to destroy, Cynthia on house arrest. And the land at the heart of it all, turned into a county park, Miller Park, my name on the sign, though honestly, that's the least important part. The best part? The neighborhood's different now. People watch out for each other. The county board is cleaned out, folks are actually paying attention. My family's safe, my daughter's proud of her dad again. And every time we walk in that park, I remember, one person standing their ground can make a difference, even when it feels like the world's against you. So, let me throw it to you. What would you have done? Would you stand your ground when power tries to push you out, or just walk away for peace? Drop your thoughts below. Let's talk about what real justice looks like and how far you'd go to protect it. Because the only thing evil needs to win is for good people to do nothing. And sometimes, the price of doing what's right is high, but the payoff? Sometimes it's a whole park full of second chances.